Good morning, everyone. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss what is meant by relation from one set to another set. What are the general relations and what is meant by relation on particular set. Then we have to discuss some special types of relations that we have to use in the definition of equivalence relation. Then mainly our aim in today's lecture is nothing but to study equivalence relation. Equivalence relation plays very important role throughout all of the mathematics. So you have to understand this concept clearly while defining it, what is meant by equivalence relation on any set. So we start with first by what is meant by relation. So already we have defined it, but again I am going to repeat it, what is meant by relation. So we start with defining relation. So let me define it. So I am writing directly definition of relation. So definition, let me first define relation from any set to any another set. For any two arbitrary sets, I am defining this definition. So let first capital A and capital B be any two sets, and then for these two sets I am going to define relation. Okay, a relation, I am denoting this relation by capital R. A relation R from set A to set B is a subset of Cartesian product of A and B. A in this Cartesian product at the first position and B I am putting at the second position, left hand side and right hand side in this Cartesian product. So I am saying any, I'm taking any subset of A cross B, and I am saying that subset is nothing but the relation from set A to B, from first set A to second set B. Okay, so simply you can take, for example, you can take any two sets. Suppose I am taking here for this discussion, if A contains, suppose, 3 elements and B contains these 2 elements, I am taking here A and B. Okay, already we are familiar with this definition, but to start this topic I am again repeating it. A I am taking 1, 2, 3, B I am taking set of these 2 elements. Okay, then for these 2 sets we know how to form product. This is Cartesian product of A and B. It is again set and it contains all the order pairs of this form. First element I am taking from A, second element I am taking from B, one I am combining with B. Okay, so each element of B is covered. So I am starting now element of A as 2, then 2 I am combining with A and B. So these 2 more elements are there. Then 3 I am combining with A and 3 I am combining with B. So this is the Cartesian product. We know if set A contains m elements and set B contains n elements, then there are m into n numbers in set A cross B. So here A contains 3 elements, B contains 2 elements, 3 into 2 is nothing but the 6. So there are 6 order pairs in this A cross B. So this is Cartesian product of these two sets. And now I am saying any subset of this Cartesian product as the relation from first set to second set. Okay, so here this is Cartesian product of A with B. So now I am going to take here R. I am denoting this set as R, and which is subset of this A cross B. So suppose I am taking here 2 comma A, 2 comma B, and suppose I am taking here 3 comma B. Then you can say, okay, I am writing here this is subset of A cross B. Okay. So by above definition, we are saying any subset. So therefore R is the relation. This R, you can say it is relation from which set? First set is A to second set it is B. So this is the simple definition of relation. Relation R from one set to another set, it is again in set form. It is again one more set, and which is nothing but the subset of Cartesian product of A and B. Any subset you can take. For Cartesian product of A and B, A cross B is itself a subset of A cross B. So you can take whole A cross B as the set R, and you can also call it as relation from A to B. Also, empty set. Empty set is nothing but a subset of each set. So empty set phi is also subset of this A cross B. So you can take also that empty set as subset of A cross B, and you can call empty set also as relation from A to B. But in that relation there is no any order pair. Okay. And let me clear one more thing, that okay, I am writing this as a note. Note that if set A, okay, I am taking finite set. Set A has m elements, comma, set B has n elements, then the set A cross B, Cartesian product of A and B. How many elements are there in Cartesian product of A with B? How many elements are there in A cross B? They are nothing but the m into n. Set A cross B has m into n elements. Okay. And now I have to decide how many relations you can form from set A to B. Okay, we are saying R is relation from A to B, and it is nothing but the any subset of A cross B. So how many subsets are there for A cross B, and which is nothing but the cardinality of power set of A cross B. So how many elements are there in power set? Suppose any set A contains in it n elements, then the set of all possible subsets of A are 2 to the power n in numbers. That means set of or power set of any set A which has n elements contains 2 to the power n elements. So here how many elements are there in A cross B? M into n, and I am trying to take all the subsets of this A cross B to call them as relations from A to B. So how many subsets are there for A cross B? They are 2 to the power m into n in numbers. Okay. And okay, hence there are 2 to the power mn relations from set A to set B. Okay, so this is the note. And now I am interested to discuss relation on only one set. So suppose I want to define relation on any set A, then I have to take Cartesian product of A with itself, and then any subset of A cross A, we can say it is relation on that set A. Okay. So I am going to call in the new definition only on one set. Okay. So the relation, now we know what is meant by relation. It is subset of Cartesian product. The relation R on a set capital A. Okay, I am only interested to discuss relation on one set only hereafter in this lecture. The relation R on a set A is a subset of A cross A. Okay, here my first set is nothing but the, my first set is nothing but the A, and my second set is also A. So whatever the elements of A are there, I have to take Cartesian product of A with itself. So these are the order pairs in which at first position element of A is there, at the second position also in that order pair element of A, and now I am forming that A cross A, and if you take any subset of that A cross A, then you can call that subset as R, and R is nothing but the relation on set A. Instead of saying R is relation from A to A, I am simply, because both sets are same, I am simply saying here that it is relation on set A. So this is the new definition of relation on only one set. Okay, and now I am interested to discuss different types of relations on set A. So let me write next as, now types of relations. I am saying here types of relations. Okay, let me discuss one by one. Okay, from A to B you can define many more relations. You have to just take set A as any set B as any set, and then you have to take Cartesian product of that two sets, and then any subset you can take as a relation. Okay, now I am going to give some properties to these relations, and I am calling these as new relation. So first I am going to define, it is reflexive relation. I have to call relation R as reflexive if it satisfies some properties. Okay. So definition of this reflexive relation. A relation I am again denoting this by R, a relation R on a set A. Now we know what is meant by relation on set A from above definition. That means we are taking just one set and we are taking its Cartesian product with itself, and its subset is nothing but the relation on that set A. A relation R on a set A is said to be reflexive. Okay, if R is subset of A cross B, that means elements of R are nothing but the order pairs. So I am defining this in terms of order pairs. Okay, a relation R on a set A is said to be reflexive if order pair A comma A belongs to this set R, and this is for all small a belongs to capital definition. If relation R contains in it all the order pairs of this form A comma A at both the positions, elements are same, A comma A. Okay, for example, let me discuss. For example, okay, very simple examples I am going to take here. Okay, if A is this element this set 1 2 3, then what is A cross A? A cross A, I am using just one set and I am taking its Cartesian product with itself. So how many, which are the elements here? 1. Okay, you have to take Cartesian product of A with itself. So I am taking first element at the first position and I am covering it with each element of A. So it is 1 2, then it is 1 3. Okay, then I am taking 2 here, then I am combining this 2 with 1 2 3. So this is 2, and then this is 2 comma 3. Okay, so let me write here again. Then I am covering with 3 1, 3 with 2, then 3 with 3. This is Cartesian product. Okay, and let any subset of this, I am saying this is R, let R is equals to this set which is 1 comma 1, then it is 1 comma 3, then it is 2 comma 2, it is 3 comma 1, this order pair, and this is 3 comma 3, and finally it is subset of this Cartesian product that we have written in above line. So here R is relation, and on which set? A, because we are taking R as a subset of A cross A, we are using same set, that means R is relation on A. Is it reflexive? Is it reflexive? What is condition? How many elements are there in A? For each and every small a belongs to capital A, we must have order pair of this form A comma A in that R. So here in set A 1 is there, so for 1 comma 1 is there. Second element of A is 2, so 2 comma 2 is there, and third element of A is nothing but the 3, so it is 3 comma 3. So for each and every element of capital A, this type of elements are there in this relation. That means this relation is nothing but the reflexive relation. Okay, so I am writing here, then R is reflexive relation on set E. So this is the definition of reflexive relation. This is definition of reflexive relation, or which relation we are saying as a reflexive relation on set A, which are satisfying this condition. If for each element in set A, order pair A comma A belongs to that set R, then R is said to be the relation. Okay. Let me again tell you that which relation is not reflexive. Okay. Suppose if we take set of integers, or you can take simply set of natural numbers. What is set of natural numbers? It starts with 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 etc. These are the natural numbers. Okay. So instead of A, I am taking here set of natural numbers. Suppose it is nothing but the n, and suppose I am defining on it relation. Okay, relation is nothing but the any subset of n cross n, but it has some definition. It has some definition. Okay, so I am giving definition to that R as A is strictly less than B. A is strictly less than B. So what are the order pairs in that relation R on n? 1 is less than 2. So 1 comma 2, order pair 1 comma 2 is there. Okay. Order pair 1 comma 3 is there. Order pair 1 comma 4 is there. Order pair 1 comma 5 is there. In this way, infinitely many order pairs are there. Similarly, 2 is less than 3, so 2 comma 3 is there in that relation. I am giving definition to relation as A is strictly less than B. So this is the definition of that. I am defining relation as order pair A comma B belongs to R. Order pair A comma B belongs to R if and only if A is strictly less than B on which set? Set of natural numbers. I'm just discussing this. You just listen this example. I'm trying to say here that this relation, whatever I am saying to you, is not reflexive. Okay. Is every natural number is strictly less than itself? That means 1 is strictly less than 1, 2 is less than 2, 3 is less than 3, strictly less than? No. So whatever relation I have defined there, in that subset of n cross n, this type of order pairs are not there, 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, because I am saying order pair belongs to that relation R if and only if first ordinate is strictly less than second ordinate. First element is strictly less than second element. That means for set of natural numbers, 1 is not strictly less than 1, 2 is not strictly less than 2. That means order pairs of this form 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3 are not there. So this relation is not reflexive. So this is the definition of reflexive relation. Okay. Now second relation I am going to define there. It is symmetric. Symmetric relation. Okay, let me write its definition. A relation R on set A is said to be symmetric. If order pair A comma B in R implies that by changing the positions of these two coordinates here, this new must be there in R, and this must happens for all A comma B in set A. We are using elements of capital A. So if we have relation on set A, we have relation R on set A, that means R is nothing but the set which is subset of A cross A, and if that R contains this type of order pair, then if you want to call this R as a symmetric, it must have this type of order pair also in that relation. Okay, so this is the definition of symmetric relation. If order pair AB is there in that subset, then you must have their order pair BA also. Okay, I am going to again write with the help of above example. This relation, I'm just writing here set A. You can easily understand. For example, if A is equals to this set 1, 2, 3, you know what is Cartesian product. Okay, then I'm directly writing here R. Then R is equals to, R means it is nothing but a subset of A cross A. I'm saying R is relation on A, because while writing I'm saying A relation R on a set A. R is equals to, okay, I'm taking here it is 1 comma 1, then I'm taking here 1 comma 2, then I'm taking here 2 comma 1, then 2 comma 2, order pair 2, 3, and order pair 3, 2, and this is obviously this is subset of A cross A. Okay, for set A we have written here, and I'm saying here A cross A. So you have to form their A cross A, and then I'm taking its subset, so it is relation on A. I have to just conclude here that this R is symmetric or not. So what is meant by symmetric relation? Observe here in this R, what are the elements? If order pair 1 comma 1 is there, then what is another order pair related to it to call as symmetric? You have to just change the positions of 1 and 1. So 1 comma 1, it is again same element, that means it is there. Then I am checking for this order pair 1 comma 2. If order pair 1 comma 2 is there, then change its related element is nothing but the 2 comma 1. So it is there. 1 comma 2 is there, 2 comma 1 is there. Now I am proceeding to next element. 2 comma 1 is there, its related element is nothing but the 1 comma 2. So it is there. 2 comma 2, its related element is nothing but the 2 comma 2. So it is there. 2 comma 3, its element related element is nothing but the 3 comma 2. Related element is nothing but the 2 comma 3. So for each A comma B in capital A, this condition holds here for this example. So this particular R here is nothing but the symmetric relation. Okay, then R is equals to this. I have to continue this sentence is a symmetric relation. Symmetric relation on capital A. Okay. So this is the definition of symmetric relation. Now let me tell you again another example in which R is not symmetric. Or you can in this example, suppose I am excluding this element. Okay, I am excluding this element here. You can take many more examples, but let me discuss here. Okay, from this example, this R, set R, I am excluding 2 comma 1. So when I check for 1 comma 2, its related element 2 comma 1 is there or not, and it is not there in this new set, so that R is not symmetric. So this is the definition of symmetric relation. So let me proceed for next. So third, anti-symmetric. Anti-symmetric relation. Okay, now you can check for each with the help of example. A relation, let me define new type of function, new type of relation. A relation R on set A is said to be anti-symmetric if A comma B is in R and suppose B comma A is there again in R. This is the given thing. Okay, if these two order pairs are there in R, then we must, for the set A or for the element of set A, these two elements must be equal, and this must happens for all A comma B in set E. So this is the definition of antisymmetric relation. That means if you take a relation R on A, that means it is subset of A cross A, and if you observe in that set, you have to just check there that if order pair A comma B as well as order pair B comma A is there in set R, then you must observe that two elements are nothing but the same there. That means A is equals to B. Okay. So in above example, I'm again taking help of above example of symmetric relation. Order pair 1 comma 2 is there as well as order pair 2 comma 1 is there, but 1 is not equals to 2 in this case. So this relation is not anti-symmetric. Okay. So this is the illustration for this definition, anti-symmetric relation. So now I am directly proceeding to next one, because I don't need this anti-symmetric, so I am not discussing more things about this. And then fourth, I am saying transitive relation. You can, I want these definitions for equivalence relation, so I am defining this. I want first, second and fourth, so you can call also these as 1, 2, 3. Okay, wait. Okay, again I am taking relation R on set A, and I am trying to say it is transitive. Okay, a relation R on set A is said to be transitive if we have these conditions. Transitive if order pair 1 comma B is there in R, and suppose order pair B to C, okay, B comma C is there in R, implies that A comma B in R and B comma C in R implies that first element from first order pair and second element from second order pair is there, and this is for all A, B, C in set A. Okay, so this is the definition of transitive relation. This is the definition of transitive relation. So see, what are the conditions? What are the conditions on this R to call it as transitive relation? Any subset of A cross A, you can say it is transitive relation on set A if in that R, if you have A comma B as well as B comma C, for these two order pairs, if order pair A comma C is there, then you can say R is nothing but the transitive relation. So it is transitive relation. Okay. So this is a definition of transitive relation. Let me quickly take example. For example, if set A is equals to, again I am taking same 1, 2, 3. These are the three elements in set A. You can take many more another sets also. Okay, then we know what is A cross A. I am not writing A cross A, I am directly trying to write here R. Okay, so suppose 1 comma 1 is there. Let me first write whole set and then we have to confirm this is transitive or not. Okay, suppose again I am taking here another, it is nothing but the 1 comma 2. 1 comma 2 is there, then suppose I have 2 comma 3. Okay, I am writing this element now here, it is 1 comma 3, 2 comma 3, then let me take here 3 comma 1, so 2 comma 1 must be there. Okay, I am taking, this is the subset of A cross A. Let me check first. If 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2 is there, so 1 comma 2 is there. 1 comma 2 and 2 comma 3 is there, so 1 comma 3 must be there. Let me check first. Then 1 comma 2, 2 comma 1, 1 comma 1 is there. Okay. Then 2 to 3, 3 to 1, so 2 to 1 must be there. 2 to 3, 3 to 1, 2 comma 1 is there. 1 comma 3, 3 to 1, and then 1 to 2, 3 to 2. Okay, one more I have to add here, it is 3 comma 2. But if we add 3 comma 2, 2 comma 1, then 3 comma 1. Okay. 2 comma 3, 3 comma 1, 2 comma 1 is there. 1 comma 3, 3 2 is there. 3 to 1, 1 to 2, 3 2 is there. 3 to 1. And again let me take here 3 comma 3. I think each element is there from A cross A. So you can also check what conditions are required there to call So this is transitive relation. Okay, you can check here. Suppose I have two order pairs of this form. Suppose I am taking here. Wait. Okay, let me check. Suppose I have 2 comma 3, and then I want this type of order pairs, A to B and then B to C, and then I want A to C order pair in same set. So suppose I have 2 comma 3 and 3 comma 1. So I must have there 2 comma 1 and it is there. Quickly you can also check 3 to 1 is there and 1 to 3 is there. So 3 to 3 must be there. So it is there. You can check 1 to 2, then 2 to 1, 1 to 1 is there. 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 1 comma 3 is there. Okay. 1 to 3, then 3 to 3 is there. So 1 to 3 is there. Yes. So you can take this R as a, okay, let me write now here. Okay, I have verified here that conditions are there or not. If some mistake is there, you can identify it in this example. Okay, so I am, then R is transitive. Whatever R I am taking, which is subset of A cross A, it is subset of A cross A, so it is wait is then R is a transitive relation on capital A. Okay, so this is the example of transitive relation, or this is the definition there. R is said to be the transitive if two order pairs of this form A comma B and B comma C are there in R, then obviously you must have there A comma C. That means A to B, B to C implies A to C. This type of order pair A to C must be there in subset R of A cross A. Then you can call, and this happens, this condition must be true for all A comma B comma C in the set A. Okay, so this is the definition of transitive relation. I wanted to complete by taking equivalence relation and its examples in the same lecture, but I think time is over for this lecture, so we continue this concept of equivalence relation. I have given heading to this lecture as a equivalence relation also, but I could not complete it because of time limit. So we continue the topic equivalence relation in next lecture then. So I am going to stop this lecture by defining only relation and types of